All right, so Salakia for that. But yeah, we got to have that same mindset, okay? We got to have that same mindset of trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that he's going to deliver us. Because he's going to do the same thing, right? He's going to do the same thing of when we refuse to what? To worship the beast in his image. Okay? He is going to do the same exact thing. And this is why you're going to have particular members or particular people of the elect be hidden. Let's go there. Let's get Revelation chapter 20 verse 4 says, "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image." Right? Along with that is what? Neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or on their hands, and they lived and reigned with the Meshach 1,000 years. Okay? So you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be put in this position because why? Because they're not going to take the charagma. They're not going to be joined. They're not going to be linked. They're not going to what? Bow down their knee to the image of Baal. All right? So we got to have that same mindset as whom? Daniel, of course, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right? It's a lock here because somebody called in even when I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. It kind of threw me off my course. So just bear with me. So let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. And he set it up in the plain of Dora, in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together into the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald cried out loud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore at what time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, I always pronounce this wrong, the psaltery, and all kinds of music, and all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship that, he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over affairs of the province of Babylon." So Slakia, so I said princes over something where they were set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. Slakia for that. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, these men, O king, have not regarded thee. They have not. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and a dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made, well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Right? Now look at the response they gave. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Right? Because everything was cool. Everything was going as planned until he wanted to, be heathen like he is and set up a golden image for people to worship. And what did they say? Nope, we're going to be separate. Okay? We're going to be separate, and we're not going to bow down and worship your deity, because we're going to serve our power. It says, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, in their hosen, in their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That was a fail. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. And he answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loosed, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. The form of the fourth is like the Son of the Most High. So guess what? Yahushua was protecting Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? And they trusted in Yahushua. Okay? And they were what? They were delivered. So we got to continue to have that same mindset as well, because he is going to be on the same, he's going to have that same rage. He's going to come down with that same wrath like Nebuchadnezzar did. Okay? And that's why I read Revelation 20 verse 4, because, you're going to have martyrs in his truth, okay? You're going to have certain situations where, we're going to be like, certain people are going to be dealing with the situation like, what happened in the time of the mother that had the 7 sons, right? In the book of Maccabees. Go into that, how we was getting tortured because we refused to not eat the swine. Right? Let's even go back furthermore when Antiochus was destroying our people because they was finding our people with the scriptures, and so forth and so on. All right. And this is what happens when the heathen want you to bow down and worship them, and ye refuse. Right? But we gotta have the faith of, hey, it is what it is. Right? I'm gonna have to go through whatever I gotta go through, right? And serve my power and not serve you. Right? So I just thought I'd touch on that through the spirit, especially, which led me to that was going to the 19th verse on how Nebuchadnezzar was pissed off. You know, he was pissed off that, Jake wasn't, following, his decree, and that's how he gonna get, because we not gonna follow his decree, Lord's will. So I thought I'd touch on that through the Spirit. Lord will help us edifying. Until next time, I want to say, Shalom.